We weren't able to devote as much time and effort to our relationship after I returned to the workforce. The love didn't truly spread, in my opinion. It seemed to me that we weren't supporting our relationship. It was beneficial for both the woman and me. At this moment, all I want is happiness, wonderful moments, and, yeah, world peace. You write a lot about your desire to one day become a husband. Your relationship coach is well known. Yes, it is correct. Malia Obama has undoubtedly assisted me in navigating several relationship-related situations. During our talks, she shared a wealth of knowledge with me. However, one excellent thing she said to me during this journey was that you must realize that you will never find someone who is flawless because you are not. Therefore, be aware that while picking a partner, you will have to make some compromises. However, as long as the person you are with checks off the list of your core values, the values that are most important to you, you are good. There, she gave you some wise counsel. That's excellent. There is some excellent wisdom there. At last, Jennifer Hudson lost it. And her current gait is giving me the "don't play with me" vibe. She's speaking up for the first time since she made her relationship with Common public. She's not holding back, darling. Jennifer is clearly making fun of Tiffany Haddish for still being hung up on Common, as evidenced by her smooth captions and shady interview grins. Let's face it, before Common dropped and began dating Jennifer, Tiffany and Common were a full thing. Tiffany has been acting as though she is still grieving ever since. She has made crude remarks on stage, insulted people in interviews, and brought up her ex as if it were 2021. According to fans, Jennifer has had enough and Tiffany isn't over it. He never gave me any jewelry, girl. Jennifer most likely received those from him. According to rumors, Jennifer finds Tiffany's actions extremely embarrassing, particularly considering that Common has been gone for 3 solid years. 3. Tiffany continues to make small jabs that everyone can see through, while Jennifer is out here doing well, looking content and living her best life with Common. According to an insider, Jennifer is tired of being the quiet one in this chaotic love triangle and is prepared to put Tiffany in her place once and for all. Jennifer is now flipping the script and making subtle barbs at Tiffany in return, which made fans comment, "Oh, she's clowning her for real." Jennifer's message is plain, and this feud is intensifying quickly. Get forward or fall behind. The internet can't stop observing these two's every action as the love triangle gets more intense. This narrative is crazy, so let's catch up for anyone who is just tuning in. Common has a famous dating history. Lori Harvey could appear inexperienced compared to this man's Hollywood romance and resume. Not a shade. Since he has been connected to practically every powerful lady in the world, many have even begun referring to him as Mr. Date the Popular Ladies. Go back a bit now. In 2020, Common and Tiffany Haddish were a huge couple. Adorable pair vibes, same smiles, etc., but by 2021, we're done. Additionally, he was soon seen cuddling with Jennifer Hudson in 2022. Everyone began making connections at that point and speculating that Jennifer might have been the true cause of Tiffany's termination. Calm was the official story at first. People said that the split was due to divergent objectives. Common reportedly wasn't attempting to follow Tiffany's path of getting married and starting a family. Common's version, however, sounded much weaker when he spoke up later. He attributed their inability to find adequate time for one another to hectic schedules. Fans, however, weren't convinced by that tidy little justification. As soon as they noticed how quickly Cap delved into anything new with Jennifer, they phoned him. For example, why did he suddenly have so much free time for J Hut if he was too busy for Tiffany? People were giving the timeline a lot of side-eye. And it's understandable why Tiffany is still irritable now that Jennifer is showing off how happy she is with him. Because everyone secretly wonders if that scheduling conflict was actually a front for something more serious. Tiffany was not going to give Common the benefit of the doubt. Oh no, she didn't hold back when she presented her perspective. According to her, Common is the kind of man who never truly settles down. Perhaps, she suggested, he's like a bee moving from flower to flower. I'm not sure. I send him my best wishes for happiness and joy. Be the kind of person that never truly settles down with anyone. Perhaps he's like a bee moving from flower to flower, and that's more than just shade. It's a complete eclipse. People already thought Common had a pattern, so Tiffany's statement struck a deep chord since she made it obvious she felt played. The man is known to woo strong women, relish the limelight, and then back off when things become too personal. Let's move on to Common's recent relationship with Jennifer Hudson, often known as J Hud, the woman he allegedly couldn't stop fantasizing about even in his younger days. The two had been friends for years, often going to the same places in the industry, exchanging silent chemistry and respect for one another. However, insiders vouch for the fact that Common had a crush on Jennifer before he even dated Tiffany. Jennifer was taken at the time, so he simply couldn't approach her. Then destiny intervened. They were cast in the film Breathe as husband and wife. Then the real thing happened. Sparks were flying on set, according to sources, and the chemistry was too intense to ignore. Online rumors that they were dating began to circulate shortly after they finished filming Wrap. When viewers saw the two traveling together to see Jennifer's Tony-winning show, a strange loop, it was the last straw. When pictures appeared online, the internet went crazy. It was official. People were yelling, tweeting, and posting beside each other, exclaiming, "Oh, they're not acting anymore. This is real love." In an instant, Jennifer and Common had transformed from co-stars to romantic partners, as well as Tiffany. She was observing the entire event in real time. Jennifer Hudson was clearly straining to maintain her composure as she appeared on Entertainment Tonight, barely a month after that comfortable retreat. People create their narratives of it, and it's like, okay, you know how you feel. Jennifer laughed at the interviewer's question about her connection with Common, keeping it classy but coy, revealing just enough mystery to get everyone wondering. She said, "We got to eat in between those moments. We shot a film together and he played my husband." Now, that may sound innocent, but viewers weren't duped at all. Time did indeed expose all, as everyone is aware when a lady says, "We just ate together," and smiles like that. Something's cooking behind the scenes. After dinner, Jennifer and Common were spotted walking side by side in Malibu by paparazzi shortly after the interview, and it was clear that they had chemistry. It was all in the body language. They no longer even made an effort to conceal it. The internet went completely crazy after Jennifer shared her now famous birthday post for Common. Love was evident in her greeting, which was lovely, proud, and little flirtatious. She wrote, "Team J Hud, please help me wish one of the brightest lights, a Chicago and hip-hop legend, the one and only Common, a very happy birthday today." The two then began to go out more, attending events like MJ the Musical together, sitting courtside at NBA games, and generally behaving like Chicago's newest power couple. However, the fact that this seemed so different from Common's previous partnerships was what truly had fans talking. He was never prepared for children or a genuine future, according to his ex-partners. The atmosphere was different with Jennifer, though. There were rumors that she was the only lady he couldn't play, or that J Hud was the one who finally reached him. Jennifer Hudson doesn't seem pressured to become a mother, and she appears to have finally found her serenity. From her previous relationship with former WWE star David Otunga, she already has a son. She is therefore not in a rush to start afresh. Fans are referring to her as the ideal match because of this. Two accomplished adults who have both lived, developed, and discovered their rhythm. On the surface, they appear to be solid, locked in, and unconcerned. However, there is always some turmoil beneath the surface of any overly romantic tale. Also, Tiffany Haddish's name is all over this one. People are beginning to notice that Tiffany has been subtly disparaging Jennifer in her social media posts, stand-up routines, and interviews. Sources close to Tiffany continues to feel that Jennifer was involved in her breakup with Common. According to rumors, Tiffany is certain that J Hud had her eye on him during their time together. She allegedly considers it quite odd that Common and Jennifer became friends so soon after he broke up with her. Tiffany has been making hints about the time frame for months, but in her opinion, it doesn't make up. Years have passed, yet Tiffany still keeps bringing up Common's name. Fans are aware of the particular person she is referring to each time she discusses previous relationships. And she threw even more shade just when some believed she had fully moved on, making it very obvious that she is still upset about how things ended, this time aimed straight at Jennifer. It's oh-ho Hollywood, dirty and dramatic. In a recent interview, Tiffany let her guard down, and to be honest, it was the most honest she's ever been. From the way she's still talking, you'd think the breakup happened last week. And Jennifer is over here grinning like, "Girl, that's old news." She acknowledged that it was the funniest and healthiest relationship she had ever been in. "Out of all the relationships I've ever had, this one made me feel the safest." Between each word, the grief was audible. Then she revealed the secret. According to her, the split wasn't reciprocal. He said, "I think this relationship has run its course." And I said, "Okay." She said, "You're going to be a 50-year-old single man?" All right, whew. There was no denying the sting in that line. However, Jennifer wasn't devoting her focus to any of that, while Tiffany was still dealing with the heartache. She maintained her poise, unconcerned, and self-improvement concentration. She and Common played it wisely, keeping things low-key and away from the turmoil of social media, even though it was quite obvious they were dating. Then the much-anticipated moment arrived. When Jennifer Hudson eventually invited Common to appear on her show, it was hard to overlook their chemistry. The audience erupted. Online fans were yelling, and Common appeared unable to conceal his joy at being seated next to her. With her self-assured grin, Jennifer posed the query that everyone had been eagerly awaiting her response. "Do you have a partner?" There was a brief silence in the studio. Everyone was waiting for him to eventually say it aloud. And things started to move quickly as soon as he opened his mouth. Because everyone is constantly curious, I must ask you this question. Do you have a partner? Cheers. Well, I am in a relationship with one of the most gorgeous people I have ever encountered. She is also intelligent. She has a deep affection for God. She exudes a genuine, grounded quality. She's talented, I guess. However, because she needed to have an EGOT, I set my expectations somewhat high. She claimed that her first film had to win an Oscar. I had big expectations. She needed a talk show of her own. Oh, I see. Jennifer Hudson eventually had enough of Tiffany's subtle jabs after remaining silent for months. And she's not holding back this time. According to reports, she is telling others how humiliating Tiffany's incessant fixation on Common is. According to reports, Jennifer believes Tiffany should stop bringing up a man who has obviously moved on with his life and instead move on. Jennifer has a straightforward message. Though she doesn't hear it, Tiffany is a strong, independent woman who doesn't need to keep living in the past. And that's what's making things even more complicated. Tiffany's reference to Common in each new interview or podcast clip just serves to stoke the flames. Additionally, fans are beginning to strongly support Jennifer. Social media has been lighting up with comments like, "Not Tiffany Haddish still talking about her breakup. It's been 6 years, girl, move on." Another person wrote, "Jaguar warned Tiffany that Common has a history of not committing. I just hope Jennifer doesn't end up left on the side of the road, too." People are divided. Some think Jennifer's being too bold. Others say she's absolutely right to clap back. One thing's for sure, though. This love triangle is officially out in the open, and it's getting messy. From old wounds to new headlines, everyone's got an opinion, and the streets are talking louder than ever. So now the real question is, will Tiffany finally let this go? Or is this just the beginning of a new round of Hollywood drama? Now here's where things take a turn. Because while Jennifer's finally speaking her truth and Tiffany keeps throwing shade, Common's just sitting back smooth, smiling, and acting like he's completely unbothered. That calm energy has folks talking. Like, is he quietly fueling this drama or just pretending not to notice it? Either way, he's playing it cool while the women battle over a man who's never been known for sticking around long. Behind the scenes, sources claim Jennifer's been getting fed up with the way Tiffany keeps inserting herself into their story. Allegedly, Jennifer's told friends she's not letting any ex with a mic mess up her piece. But here's the twist. Fans think Jennifer might be getting a taste of what Tiffany went through because Common's pattern is hard to ignore. Every time he finds something good, he somehow drifts away right when things start to look serious and people on social media aren't holding back. One user wrote, "Common got these women out here beefing while he's somewhere sipping tea and writing poetry." Another person said, "Jennifer needs to be careful. Common has more commitment troubles than a Chicago winner, despite his charm." The comments are wild, but the truth is no one really knows what's happening behind those Hollywood smiles. Some insiders even whisper that Jennifer's starting to see cracks. Less time together, fewer public outings, and a lot more work trips. It's giving deja vu, and fans are nervous she might be next on Common's heartbreak playlist. But don't get it twisted. Jennifer's not one to play victim. If this man starts slipping, she'll flip the switch and keep it pushing. She's built a career on strength and reinvention, and one thing she's not about to do is cry over somebody who won't match her energy. So now the spotlight's on Common. Will he finally break his streak and prove everyone wrong? Or will history repeat itself? Because at this point, the streets are watching every move, and one wrong step could turn this love story into another heartbreak headline. And just like that, the Jennifer Hudson-Tiffany Haddish Common saga has come full circle. What started as a quiet breakup has turned into one of Hollywood's juiciest triangles, where love, ego, and reputation all collide under the spotlight. Jennifer's out here thriving, Tiffany's still throwing side jabs, and Common, he's keeping that trademark smile like he didn't just set off a chain reaction that has the internet eating popcorn daily. But this whole situation says a lot more than it seems. It's not just about a man caught between two powerful women. It's about pride, image, and who really walks away on top when the cameras stop rolling. Jennifer's message is clear. She's not letting another woman's bitterness dim her shine. And Tiffany, she's learning the hard way that holding on to pain only keeps you stuck while everyone else moves forward. Still, fans can't help but wonder how long before Common repeats his old pattern. Will Jennifer be the one to finally break the cycle? Or will she end up another name on the list of what could have been? Because if history's any clue, this story's far from over. The streets of social media are divided. The whispers keep growing louder. And every new interview or post from any of the three sparks another round of chaos. One wrong caption, one petty lyric, one subtle unfollow, and boom, we're back in the headlines again. But whatever happens next, one thing's for sure. Hollywood love stories never stay private for long. And if you think this drama's done, you better think again. Because these three are still living run-tree in each other's timelines. Keep your eyes open because this love triangle might be heading for a shocking twist that nobody sees coming. Stay locked in with Bars Buzz, where the real tea never sleeps and every headline hits harder than the last. If this saga had you shook, wait till you see what's next. You already know what it is. A Bars Buzz got the real raw and unfiltered breakdowns. So, don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a comment, and share this with someone who needs to catch.